Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I am your host, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Today, we're going to be breaking down last night's monster MLB slate, talking a little bit about what we're going to be doing in today's slate. And man, how about that arcade stuff, man? Arcade was kind of crazy. It was kind of lit, man. I mean, pretty much to me, it seems like, guessing jacks. That's what it is. It's going to be guessing home runs. If you can't guess the jacks, you're not going to win. Now, they threw us a curveball by talking a lot about stolen base upside and how, getting guys that steal bags is going to be, beneficial, but it's really not. It's about guessing jacks. If you're not guessing the home runs, you're not going to be able to win. A few of my lineups that I had, I kind of fell for it. I had some Billy Hamilton. I had some Cameron Maybin who did pretty well. I had some VR. Guys that I thought could get on base, steal a bag or two, and really help my lineups. But that's not what it was. It was all about the jacks. It was all about home runs. So as we play the arcade, I want you to be careful, man. In two ways. Number one, I don't want you to fall in love with the stolen base upside guys. Number one, and number two, I would suggest until you are completely comfortable with just guessing jacks that you would rock with a lot of the larger ones. Like we had like a 11 game slate or 10 game slate of arcade. I think you should stick to the smaller ones. It gives you an easier chance, right? It gives you an easier chance. Shout out to the homie Rudy Herta, man. He attempted to jump into the line drive at 5 earlier, but was having those technical difficulties. I'm sure everything is going to be straight. Yeah. I'll take the short slate arcades. That's what I'm going to be rocking. I'm gonna rocking those first. And a few things we talked about. Who do you know going to be another Angels extra inning game? More than likely, yeah. What do you know? Yeah. The Angels, they love to go in extra innings. They do. But I got some of them in one of my arcade lineups. So I got Trout and I got Maybin. So keep it rolling. Fuck it, keep it going. But then you get the ass. Dude said don't give away too much advice on YouTube. Then you get the ass in here. And that being said, man, come join us in the sweatshop, man. It's www.dfssweatshop.com. That is where you can get everything that we have to offer. You want to get in here because tomorrow night is Wednesday, and I do believe we've got a golf slate coming up. And I'm gonna take a look at this for you. We've got the standard golf slate. It starts on the 18th, 4 rounds in the Euro. So we're going to have Dexter Pope, Seth Rudnick, and the entire 100 Band clan are going to be in the DFS Sweatshop VIP only, where they do their live stream. And as you know, we had a huge winner come out of that stream, the 100K winner come out of that stream last week. So if you want to get into the sweatshop, man, it's very simple. Go to the website www.dfssweatshop.com. Get in there so you can make it to that live stream that the homie D Pope and go follow him on Twitter too, dpope919. Go follow him on Twitter, man. Really solid cat. Always chops up some good shit, man. So definitely check that out. All right, so we've got a ton of games tomorrow, man, and they're starting pretty early. We got games starting at 12, so we are going to take a look at this all-day slate right here. Last night, we chopped a few of these plays up last night. I was on the Baltimore stack. I really was. And Manny Machado was a guy that was featured in Guru's Guys in the article, but Chris Crush Davis went ham. I mean, he went completely ham. And then Trumbo was another play that I really liked. He went ham as well. So we saw some fairly decent plays, and I talked about that game altogether. If you remember last night's video, that's something we chopped up. We talked about Detroit, and we talked about the Orioles in that spot, and that was the highest scoring game on the slate. I'm talking, damn near like 22, 23 runs were scored in that game. 24 runs, I think. So that was a very high scoring game. And if you had a lot of those cats on your rosters, man, I'm sure you did well. I'm very sure you did well. We do have some day baseball tomorrow. I'm very glad about that. Get to start early. But let's go ahead, man. We're gonna jump into it because what I want to do here is just give you a quick look at what we've got. Where's this at? All right. So we got 15 games in the all-day slate starting at 12:10. First pitch goes out. We've got 4 games in that early. It's pretty decent. 11 games are going to be serving as the main slate with 6 games in a turbo, 5 games in a turbo, and then 3 games at night. What you're going to want to do, you're going to want to make some lineups in this turbo, the 6 game at 7:35. You're going to want to make some lineups here in the 8:05, the 5-game turbo, and throw them bitches in the main. That's what you're going to want to do, man. Very good strategy. It works a lot, and we use it. So we got that opened up, and we're going to take a look here. We're going to start, because we do have this 15 game. Yeah, we're going to start. The first game on the slate is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays and the Cleveland Indians. The game is in Cleveland at Progressive Field. We've got 15-mile-per-hour wind going out toward right field. It's going to be partly cloudy in the spot, but a 0% chance of rain. The dew point's at 59, and it's 77 degrees. We've got Alex Cobb on the mound at 7.5K, matched up against Josh Tomlin in this spot. Now, taking a look at Alex Cobb over his last few games, 18, 15, 17 over the last 3, fairly consistent against Boston, Toronto, and Miami. Do we want to test those Cleveland bats at home, where they do have tremendous home road splits? They play a lot better at home, and they've been getting better lately. Actually, they've been getting better lately. Actually, so Josh Tomlin in this spot at 7.4. I think he had a decent outing last time, scoring 25.8 against the Minnesota Twins. Before that, 17 against the Kansas City Royals, and the worst game he had on the season was against the White Sox with a negative 15.65. So this guy, tremendous ups, tremendous downs. Don't know if you'd like to take a shot at him, but it's a 9.5 run total. And anytime you've got those items working, you've got a large run total. You've got a great amount of wind blowing out toward right center field. You've also got 2 guys that are not ace-style pitchers. You got a Tampa Bay team that actually is kind of been playing well lately. They've been swinging the bat pretty well lately. We saw quite a few home runs come from them earlier yesterday. So, do you want to take a shot at the pitchers in this game, or would you like to maybe take a shot at the bats? And I would think I'm more prone to play some bats in the spot and not really, fuck with the pitching too much, whether it's Alex Cobb or it is Josh Tomlin. Not guys that I love. Now, taking a look at where we see the Rays are where they have been all season long. The highest K percentage in the league at 26.7% K rate. Also, we've got the Cleveland Indians. They're going to be lower towards the bottom here, 27. So this is a team that's very disciplined at the plate, 19.7% K rate. Do not strike out a lot. These are guys that I really don't want to pick on with a pitcher like that. So in my estimation, man, I would steer clear of the pitchers in this spot, but look more towards some of the batters. Next game we're going to talk about is going to be the Houston Astros and the Miami Marlins. This game, of course, is in Miami. We've got Lance McCullers Jr. at 10.8 and Jose Urena. McCullers, man, pretty good. Over the last 3 games, excuse me, pretty decent. 29.1, 21.35, 25.45. All of these teams can put points on the board, but McCullers has some really good solid games against them. 2 of them were away. The Yankees, my Yankees, and the Angels. So, home or on the road, man, McCullers can get it done. And I kind of like him in this spot. I do. Because we know that the Miami Marlins have been struggling as of late. And that would put McCullers squarely in play for me at 10.8K. I kind of like him in that spot in an 8-run total. I've got no issue there. Now, when it comes to the arcade, we talk about pitching and arcade pitching. The last thing I would get in my arcade is a pitcher. Unless I got 5 guys who have huge home run potential, I'm not going to be playing. I'm not going to pay up for pitching and then fill in with batters. I'm going to rock with my batters first, get those guys that I think have huge jack potential, and then I'm going to be playing my pitchers. So that's the way I'm going to be looking at that, because you only have 1 pitcher to play anyway. Jose Urena at 6.6 is going to be tossing out for the Miami Marlins. Only 2 starts on the season, 12.1 and 19.7. He is averaging, of course, 7.7 here. Don't really want to fuck with him. I'm not a guy that likes Jose Urena in the spot, and for that reason, I think some of these Astros are definitely going to be in play for me. They're actually one of the hotter teams in baseball right now when it comes to swinging the bat. Man, they have been hot recently. Coming from Mike Dunn, man, they're hot as shit right now. They've been really balling out. So I don't think that I want to try Urena in the spot at all. But I do like Lance McCullers Jr. That's a guy that I will be taking a shot on today. The next team we're going to talk about is the New York Mets and the Arizona Diamondbacks. 340 is the pitch out here. We've got a 9.5 run total. We're going to be seeing Patrick Corbin at 6.9 against Matt Harvey at 6K. The Mets have struggled against left-handed pitching this year. And I think, the fact that you're going to see the strength of their order be a lot of left-handed guys, especially at the top, I've got no issue, man, playing Patrick Corbin in this spot. Last game, 10.7, -7. The one that killed me against Colorado, 23, 27, 20. So the dude has shown some flashes, man, of being able to toss some solid innings. And at 9.5 run total, it kind of gives me a little trepidation when I think about playing a pitcher from this game. But, I'm not playing Matt Harvey at all. And we should be seeing those guys come back from the Arizona Diamondbacks. So that leads me to like a few of these guys. Timothy Russell says Harvey bounce back. I can't get with it. I can't. Looking at Harvey over the last few games, 6.05, -3.2, -6.2. Had some solid games in the beginning of the season, but he's just been trash lately. He's been trash lately, bro. He really has been. He's been trash lately. He's just been bad. He's been bad. Yeah. Harvey. I look for Harvey to get rocked in this spot. Definitely. A 9.5 run total. I look for Harvey to get rocked in this spot. Next game we're talking about is the LA Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. 6.5 run total here. We've got 8-mile-per-hour wind going out toward right field. You got Clayton Kershaw at 14.4. I wonder what his arcade price is going to be, like 20,000 or something. Damn. Now Clayton Kershaw has been averaging 25.2 over the course of the season. We got Johnny Cueto at 17.3. Looking at Cueto, the last time they played the Dodgers in San Fran, he had 12.1. But then they went to LA and he dropped 21.5 against them. Cincinnati 27.5 and 21.2 against Cincinnati at home. So Cueto's been rock solid recently. He has been. But what that's going to do is tell me that I'm not taking any bets in this game at all. None. This can definitely be one of those 2-1 games or those 3-2 games. You know what I mean? So bets I really don't like in the spot. I don't like any bats in the spot. Now I do think, I can't pay that for Kershaw. I just can't. 14.4. I can't pay that. I can't pay that. I'm not saying that I'm going to be fading him completely, but I can't pay that. Remember, Timothy Russell says Harvey is going to bounce back. Remember, he said that, and I disagree. I can't fuck with it, but I can't pay for 14.4 for Kershaw on the spot. I just can't do it. There's other pitching prospects that I like that have very similar scoring upside. This is too big of a slate for me to pay 14.4 for Clayton Kershaw. I just can't do it. I'm not. And Johnny Cueto at 11.5 is somebody who I'm going to take a look at, averaging 17.3 this season. But man, that's tough. That's very tough. And I don't like any bats in that spot against either of those pitchers. The next game I'm going to talk about, didn't we talk yesterday on yesterday's show about playing some Pittsburgh guys in the spot that they were in, and then Harrison goes out, hits a jack. Man. So here we are, the Washington Nationals and the Pittsburgh Pirates, an 8-mile-per-hour wind coming back towards short left field. We've got 83 degrees here, a 0% chance of rain, 62.46% humidity in this spot. We've got Jacob Turner at 6.6K tossing out for the Washington Nationals. Opening him up, taking a look. One start for him this year, 15.9 fantasy points. Not bad, but can you play him against? I guess he's in play against Pittsburgh. I mean, they haven't been like ultra great. They haven't been ultra great lately. So maybe you can take a shot at him in the spot. Jacob Turner is very cheap at 6.6, and that's gonna help you pay up for some bets that you like. Garrett Cole at 8.6, not against the Washington Nationals, man. They become a team where it's pretty hard to play pitchers against. It really is, and I don't foresee Garrett Cole having a high ownership, so I don't even want to like super attack him with a lot of these Washington bats. This is supposed to be a regular game, like a walk in the park for the Nationals. So I don't really want to jump all over a lot of Washington Nationals guys, but I really don't want to attack the Nationals bats with Garrett Cole. So this game, pretty much to me, or these sides of the game, the Washington batters and Garrett Cole are pretty much a fade for me. If I'm going to go anywhere in this spot, I'm going to go Jacob Turner to try to take advantage of some of these the Pittsburgh bats. Josh Dewey just jumped in. You can't base every roster decision off BVP, especially when the pitcher isn't playing close to the same as was before a major injury. That was in respect to the Matt Harvey that we talked about from the Mets game. So next game we got is the Baltimore Orioles and the Detroit Tigers. We've got 16-mile-per-hour wind coming back toward the batter box in Comerica Park. 9.5 run total here. Ubaldo Jimenez is going to be tossing out for the Baltimore Orioles. We've got Michael Fulmer at 11.2 tossing out for the Detroit Tigers. Opening up Fulmer, man, 28, 32, 8, 26 over the last 4 games. That one bad game was against the Chicago White Sox at home. The rest have been away. So that means, Fulmer has been pretty good on the road. He's been pretty good on the road. This game is in Detroit, so I'm going to be off him in this spot. I really am. Plus, when you see Chris Davis crushing, you see Mark Trumbo crushing, these guys can do this in streaks. And I kind of still like a few of those Baltimore bats. Ubaldo Jimenez, of course, is an early Shelley candidate. 17, -1, 2, 23, -4, 4.9 over his starts for this season, averaging 7.3. Really don't want to take a shot at all at Jimenez in this spot. As Mike Dunn says, I think this game is a game that could blow up once more. And I think I like a few of these guys from the Detroit side as well. So this is going to be another possible game stack for me. It's going to be another possible game stack for me. I love the fact that Chris Davis goes out and crushes 2 home runs and it's still priced under 4K. I like that. He's hot. He's been playing well. JD Martinez was a guy that went nuts last night. 4.3K for him. So these are a few of these guys that I do like. I think this game could blow up again. I do agree with Mike Dunn in his assessment. The next game I'm going to talk about is the Toronto Blue Jays and the Atlanta Braves. Finally, we got Joe Biagini going to Atlanta, to SunTrust Stadium. Going to be tossing out against Freddie Freeman at 5.2, who I think I can definitely take advantage of it. I definitely can take advantage of that. I love the fact that I finally get Freddie Freeman back at home in a spot, man. I'm going to be all over him. I like a lot of the lefties, actually. I like Inciarte, Freeman. Kemp has been balling out lately. Looking at Kemp over the last few, I mean, I think he's got a hit in just about every game over the last 10, man. He had a really great streak, but he only got a walk in this game against Miami, but 24 in his last game, man. Dude's been balling out. Matt Kemp has been balling, so I'm cool with that. And we talked about an Atlanta stacks. Josh Dewey says he kind of likes to be a genie, not me at all in any way, shape, or form. I'm not playing. I hate to play a pitcher against the Braves on the road. There's no way I'm playing a pitcher against them at home. And you've got 18.85 over the last in his last game against Seattle. This is Biagini, of course, and you've got 15.8 against the Tampa Bay Rays. So not bad scores in the last 2 starts, but still, man, I'm not going to be attacking in an 8.5 run total. I'm not going to attack the Atlanta Braves at home. I'm not going to do that. No way. So we've got Mike Folowitz at 7.8. Don't love him a lot either. Kind of like some of the Toronto bats in this spot. That team has woken up lately, so you can definitely take advantage of some of these guys as well. Next game we're going to talk about is the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. We've got 21-mile-per-hour wind flowing out toward left field in Wrigley Stadium. So, Wrigley Field. So, 59% humidity is there. You got 75 degrees, a 1% chance of very light rain with a 60 dew point. You got Kyle Hendricks at 9.1 and Scott Feldman at 7.2. Taking a look at Kyle Hendricks. In his last few starts, man, 20.65, 16, 17, 19, rock solid. Rock solid is that few starts. Now he hasn't seen the Cincinnati Reds, who have been hitting, playing a lot of small ball, playing very well. But yo, it's I don't know if I would want to take a shot at him against the Reds in this spot. I just don't know if that's something that I like to do. Scott Feldman in this spot, 35 against San Fran in the first game that was at home and away, 10.95. That was his best start of the season. The other game that was really good was the St. Louis Cardinals there in St. Louis. He had 26.5. So Scott Feldman, if you could see them tanking like that, you can maybe take a shot at Feldman at 7.2. Not a guy that I love. And there's a ton of pitching on the slate, and we're going to find some really good pitching that we can be comfortable with. I just haven't seen any of that here. Taking a look, let's pop the Reds open and see where they sit as far as K rates go. I believe they're one of those teams that are fairly disciplined at the plate. 25th in K rate at 19.9% K rate. They've got a very decent ISO, I believe. 4th in the league in ISO at 183. So when they make solid contact, it can go for extra bases a lot of times. And also, we see the Reds here 7th in team WOBA at 332. So not a team that I really want to attack in this spot. Not a team that I really want to attack in this spot. With Kyle Hendricks, that is, priced at 9.1. Next game we're going to talk about is going to be the Philadelphia Phillies and the Texas Rangers. 12-mile-per-hour wind coming back toward short left field when it comes to Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. 36% humidity, 89 degrees, 0% chance of rain with a 59 dew point. We've got Zach Eflin at 6.1 against Andrew Kashner. This game says to me stack, game stack. I like a lot of the bats in this game on both sides. I think this could be tonight's game between the Phillies and the Rangers could be last night's Detroit Baltimore. Like, I like a lot of these bats. Some of them are coming in fairly hot. Give me all the lefties for the Texas Rangers. Give me all the lefties for the Texas Rangers, and do the same thing with a lot of those cats from Philadelphia. I like some Philadelphia, man. I like Cesar Hernandez. Abdul Herrera is a guy I think can get right. Michael Saunders. Franco is going to be somebody who I look at in the spot. So I like a lot of the bats here. A lot of them. Checking out Andrew Kashner, 11, 17, 8, 4.4, 15, 5.2. Not horrible, but definitely a guy that you're not afraid of at all. Zach Eflin, 10, 5, 16, 17, 11.6. Same story. Not horrible, but definitely guys that you can attack. I like a lot of bats from this game. I'm going to be all over it, bro. I am. This game we're talking about is the Colorado Rockies and the Minnesota Twins. Be careful. This game could, it's very probable to delay and or rain out. It's 88% humidity, 13-mile-per-hour wind, falling toward the first baseline. We've got 62.85% chance of heavy rain in the spot. German Marquez, really nice start out last time. We got Irvin Santana on the other side. Marquez was a stud last time, 35.6 against the Cubs, man, and that was in Colorado. So if this game does play, maybe that's a guy that you can take a look at. You got Irvin Santana at 9.5, priced up a little bit. Don't really want to play him against the Colorado Rockies in this spot. Game probably isn't going to play. No reason to really get invested, a lot in this game. That probably won't play. But this is going to be well after lock 8-10. We're going to know what's going on way before the actual game plays and lineups completely locked. So you don't have to pay too much. You have to invest too much of this game inside of your lineups if you don't want to. I wouldn't either. Next game we got is my New York Yankees and the Kansas City Royals. You got Michael Pineda at 10.1 and Jason Vargas at 8.4. I like both of the pitchers in this spot. Just the pitchers. I mean, I like the pitchers. These are pitchers that I like. I do not like Jason Vargas against my Yankees. I think they are going to crush. I love Michael Pineda against the Kansas City Royals. He is my top pitcher play so far on the slate. At 10.1, yes. Give me some of that Michael Pineda. 18, 18, 28, 23, 20, 13, 23, 40 against Tampa Bay. This is a guy that has been playing very well lately. Very well lately. And I've got no issue with him in this spot. I like him. I like Pineda in this spot. Now, Jason Vargas has been playing pretty well lately, too. 25, 21, 12, 11, 35, 34. Very decent start to his season. But against the Yankees, man, I think the Yankees can smash. I mean, they've got so many guys back. You know what I mean? And Greg Bird is hurt, which is good because Greg Bird is not as good as the Judge. And I love the Judge in this spot. 4.9 against Jason Vargas, man. Jason Vargas is a hard thrower, loves to lean on that fastball, and that is what Aaron Judge loves to take to court. That fastball. So I'm definitely going to have some investment here in my New York Yankees. Looking at Headley, looking at Gary Sanchez. I'm thinking about paying up in that spot. Looking at Aaron Judge, of course, starting Castro or Didi Gregorius, whoever's going to be starting. So I like a few of these guys. I've got no issue playing some Yankees in the spot. Don't like much of the Kansas City Royals because I do like Michael Pineda a lot, and that's not the way that I'm going to be going about my roster build. I'm not going to attack my pitcher with some bats from the same game. So I love a lot of the Yankee bats in this spot. Next game we have is the Boston Red Sox and the St. Louis Cardinals. 19-mile-per-hour wind shooting out toward left field. A 65% humidity here. 78 degrees. A 13% chance of light rain. The game should play without any incident. Rick Porcello at 9K against Mike Leake. This is very tough. We're seeing a lot of really good pitcher-batter, like a tug-of-war type shit, man, because Rick Porcello, a very solid season so far. But do you want to play him against, against the Cardinals? Mike Leake, pretty solid season so far. Do you want to play him against that Boston lineup? I don't know. I love the fact that we're going to see a discount on guys like Dustin Pedroia in this spot. You see Mookie Betts at 5.3. I can play these guys. I can play Boston guys. I really can. Take a look at Rick Porcello a little more closer. And over the last 5 games, man, really been playing well. 16.1 against Tampa Bay. Left a little bit to be desired. 25 against Minnesota. 20 Baltimore. 23 against my Yankees. 21 against Toronto. Rick Porcello has been playing fairly well lately. And I think he does garner some consideration while, not a ton. Mike Leake in his last few games, taking a look here, 14, 14, 16, 21, 14, 31 against Washington, and 23 in that first start against Cincinnati. Not bad for Mike Leake at all either. But I gotta say, if I had to pick a pitcher from the spot, I would definitely go Porcello, and I do like those Boston bats a lot more than I like these St. Louis Cardinals bats. That's just, I like them more. Next game we're talking about is the Chicago White Sox and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. 7-mile-per-hour wind shooting out toward center field. 0% chance of rain. 65 degrees is going to be the temperature for the 52 dew point. We got Miguel Gonzalez at 7.7K and Matt Shoemaker at 8.8. Give me some Shoe in this spot. I like him. I kind of like Miguel Gonzalez, but I like Shoemaker a lot more. Give me some Shoe in this spot. I like him. Pineda, Shoemaker are going to be guys that I'm going to have some exposure to. I kind of like those guys here. These are guys that I do like, most certainly. Tim Anderson just homered to left on the first pitch. Got him. Yeah, these are guys that I definitely do like. Give me some of the Mike Trout, man, been balling out 5.6. Always a way to go here. You can look at Cole Calhoun if he's going to be back in the lineup. If you want to rock a left-hander in the spot. Fuck Mickey, he died to me last week. Yeah, man, yeah. I like a few of these guys, man. And Shoemaker's going to be one of my favorite pitching plays on the slate. I'm on him. I like him. Yeah, Miguel Gonzalez, man, he killed me last time. I'm talking about negative 1.95. He killed me. 16, negative 5, 30, 25. Dude is super inconsistent, man. Like, he'll go out and pitch a 30-point game against Kansas City and a negative 5 against Detroit. So, he's not a guy that I'm interested in at all, really. I mean, the only thing is, we've just seen the Angels struggle to score in so many spots that it kind of makes you look at Miguel Gonzalez, but I'd much rather take Matt Shoemaker, man, and keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Next game we got is the Milwaukee Brewers and the San Diego Padres. We got Matt Garza at 8.2 and Julius Chastain at 7.1. Both attackable pitchers. We're going to have to stay tuned and make sure we know that the Milwaukee Brewers line is going to be intact. And the San Diego Padres have been swinging the bat pretty well lately as well. Take a look at both of these teams, man. They're right there when it comes to K rate. So the Brewers and the Padres right here neck for neck. Where they differ is you look at the ISOs for this team. 219 for the Brewers, 159 for the Padres. You look at the WOBA, 343 for the Brewers, 291 for the Padres. That's kind of where the rubber meets the road in this matchup. Do I like either of the pitchers in this game? No, not really. But if I had to take some bats, man, I'm going to attack Julius Chasen in this spot, and I'm going to load up on some of those Milwaukee bats. 7.5 run total is fairly low in terms of all the rest of the games on the slate, but these are definitely bats I think we can get some exposure to in the spot, and it'll be all good. Last game on the slate, the 10-10 game, is going to be the Oakland Athletics and the Seattle Mariners. Yo, I have been on Yonder Alonso since he won Player of the Week, and he has let me down consistently. He has got to get it together against Christian Bergman at 5.5K, the Seattle Mariners. He's got to get it right. I'm going to be back on Alonso. I think I can take a shot in some respects at Jesse Hahn. 15.4, 16, 28.2, 19. He's like a GPP long jump for me. Jesse Hahn, that is. Kind of like Matt Joyce in the spot. Jed Lowry's a guy that's in play. I like a few of the Oakland bats here. I really do. And of course, in rounds where I don't have Hahn, I'm gonna have Ben Gamel, maybe some Nelson Cruz, Kyle Seager. Cruz is hot as fuck. He has been balling out lately. I think he hit another jack today. He's been very hot lately. So he's a guy that I definitely think we can take advantage of in this spot. So now that we've kind of gone over the slate, looked at it, and really came up with a few pitching prospects that I like, let's go ahead and check out some of this BVP. It is something that a lot of us use once we have already looked at a certain amount of players, and we want to see how we can piece guys together and separate guys and put them in different groups where we would like to play them. I think it's important that we go out and check on some of the BVP situations that we see, which could help us to make a more solid and an informed decision on guys that we like. Now, this is coming from Swish Analytics here. It's a site that I like to use a lot. And what I did was went ahead and looked at the plate appearances and the actual at bats. We're looking at that because we want to see a very solid sample size here. That's what we want. So we've got it already divided by batting average. First thing jumps off to us is Joey Votto, the left-hander against Kyle Hendricks, a righty. Lefty-righty matchup, of course, that's good. 11 at-bats, batting .636 with 2 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 2 jacks. I like that. We've got Tommy Joseph against Cashner. Not a lot of plate appearances, but still batting .600. We've got Pablo Sandoval here. Excuse me. Abdul Herrera against Cashner. 11 at-bats, .545 is going to be the batting average here. 2 strikeouts and 2 jacks. That's pretty decent. Milky Cabrera and Shoemaker. Not a lot of at-bats, but still a decent one. Cargo against Ervin Santana, 15 at-bats with 6 strikeouts, no walks, and a jack. That's okay. We want to see a ton of play. Okay, Mike Moustakas against Michael Pineda is batting .462 with 4 strikeouts, no walks, and 2 home runs. That's tough right there. We've got Salvador Perez against Pineda, also batting .400 with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 home run. Damn, so they've been getting to Pineda. Corey Seager against Johnny Cueto, batting .364 and 22 at bats, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 home run here. We got JD Martinez against Ubaldo Jimenez, who's been crushing against him. You've got Victor Martinez, who's been crushing against Ubaldo Jimenez. Both of these guys, I think, are going to be in consideration here. So we got some solid shit, man. Justin Turner against Cueto has been pretty good too. 333. That's pretty dope. Okay. Yasmani Grandal against Matt Harvey, another one. So there's some very solid BVP stuff, man. Encarnacion against Alex Cobb, 12 at bats, batting .333 with no strikeouts. That's big when a guy doesn't strike out against him. That's huge. So we've got some solid BVP stuff, man, working. Miguel Cabrera against Ubaldo Jimenez. Okay, 56 plate attempts, 45 at bats, 1 home run, 11 walks, and 7 strikeouts, batting .311. That's probably the largest sample size you'll see on the slate. Carlos Santana and Alex Cobb, 308, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, no home runs there, but a lot of hits. So, yo, this is going to be a good one, man. Eric Ibar against Matt Garza batting 308 with a home run, a walk, 4 strikeouts. That's pretty good. So, yeah, check this out, man. This is Swish Analytics, man. They're really good. A really solid PvP stuff. Another area that I do want to check out is going to be some of those stolen bases, man, because we know we can get guys to steal bags. And this is their the Optimus. This is their optimizer software they have. Optimized lineups that they do throw out there, batter projections, pitcher projections. This stuff I can't open up because it's paid stuff, so I can't open it up on YouTube. But I can go into some of the free items that they give, man. It's a really solid site. Stolen base targets here. We have. Taking a look at this, and I'm going to switch it over to the 17. Again, yeah, Billy Hamilton looks like he's a go here. Gerard Dyson against Hahn. Trey Turner against Garrett Cole. Segura against Hahn. So there's a few stolen base targets here that we can take a look at. Really good stuff, man. Really good stuff. So this has been your DFS Jerusalem. You can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. I would suggest you go and check out the website, www.dfssweatshop.com. Remember, Wednesday night, tonight, we're going to be doing our PGA stuff. So come and jump in, man. We got the Euro happening, man. The homie's going to be breaking that down. Once again, that's D Pope 919, the homie Seth Rudnick, and the entire 100-band clan. They're going to be in there. Meet me here for the line drive at 5. It will be happening at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be breaking down more of the slate in its entirety. What we do here, we just go over a rough draft of pitching and maybe some batter stacks and stuff like that. That's what we're going to be going through. But later on today at 5 p.m. we'll be jumping to the line drive at 5. Once we have those finalized rosters, that's when we can go in and really chop it up and break down the guys that we do want to play, and we can talk about that. But that only happens in the Facebook VIP. So if you want to be a part of that, go ahead to the website and you can join us, man. Definitely. All right. So a couple things. If you want to support the show, man, there's a box over there that says support the show. Go hit that box up, man, and let it take you where it has to take you. Also, my personal PayPal, MauriceSimmons95@gmail.com. And if you want to become a part of the Sweatshop, you know what to do. So y'all go out, have a wonderful and profitable Wednesday. Remember, make some lineups in the turbo, throw them bitches in the main. And the number one thing I want you to do in the Sweatshop is keep it 300.